In my opinion, remastered sets, the time of these very special releases, should be something that fans like you and I go crazy for. We should look forward to this. It should be a major event that comes around and we get the chance to revisit some of these old packs, play with these old cards, and get some fancy things to add to our collection. We should be far more hyped than we are now. I mean, heck, consider Time Spiral Remastered right back there. It was a wild, wild time in a Magic the Gathering ecosystem where, well, frankly, not a heck lot else was going all that swimmingly. I mean, yeah, things were fine, but they aren't what they are right now in 2025. And with Innistrad Remastered about to release, I think it's about time that after seeing how the community is spending its money, seeing all of the previews, and knowing what I plan on buying for this set, that I tell you my biggest problems with this product. And yeah, there's more to talk about than just the box is too expensive. I actually have some thoughts on what this could be and should be for the Magic the Gathering fans like you and me. As always, if you love conversations like this, if you've been around the channel for a while, or if you just see my thumbnails showing up in your YouTube feed, make sure you hit that sub button down below, because for a small channel like mine, a single click of that button does more than you could possibly imagine. Thanks for everyone who helped out, and if you want to go further, there's a subscription button down below, or a join button, I already said the sub button, that costs $5 a month, and it supports all the data collection, analytics, and everything we do here, so all the server costs and everything don't come directly out of my pocket. Channel members get discounts on box openings when I'm able to do them, and other cool perks, so check it out down below. But Innistrad Remastered is going to be a less wild time than I want it to be. In my opinion, when a remastered set's dropped, it should be an event. It should feel like a thing. But over the course of the last 3 years, they've become more and more diluted, and here we sit with Innistrad Remastered, and I have some problems. I want to kick it off by talking about the biggest problem, the one that everyone knows, and that is the price, the barrier for entry. And look, I've said on this channel before, I am totally okay with collector boxes being collectible. There is no barrier for entry for an expensive collector box. If a collector box is expensive and hard to get and you have to chase it down, and it adds value and chase and excitement to the rarest of the rare for a Magic the Gathering set, I don't see the negative there. It's not meant for everyone to have one, the collector booster box. It's meant to be a collectible limited print item. But the play booster box, on the other hand, is where I start to have problems. Look, Magic the Gathering is best enjoyed played. It is the world's most played trading card game. It is the best trading card game to play, and in my opinion, the cost of the play booster box is too damn high. You know, to bring back a meme from, oh god, I'm really old. I digress. The cost of the play booster box, I mean, heck, at this point, it is what it is, and the days and weeks and years of $100 open crack booster boxes for Magic the Gathering are long gone, and frankly, we should have seen this coming. The world is more expensive, inflation is a thing, and do boxes have to cost $180 to $200? No, but $100 is probably unreasonable. And for that, I get annoyed with Innistrad Remastered and other remastered sets because, in my opinion, that is where the set shines the most. We look at the value of Innistrad Remastered, we'll talk about the singles here in a second, but the value of Innistrad Remastered is that experience, whether it's cracking the packs, going back in time and playing these cards in ways that you never thought of, or kind of hodgepodging together the best from an era, or playing, if you will, and you're being able to have these new play lines and new experiences. This is becoming more and more expensive, and the play booster box being something that is both expensive and seemingly semi-short printed. I know these aren't wildly popular sets, but I don't have a problem with this being on the shelf in December of this year of 2025, where someone's like, hey, remember that? I want to go back and draft that. Let's try it out. It doesn't make much sense to me, especially when you consider that the play booster box was created to service two lanes of our community, the play community that we have been talking about. And yeah, even though everyone watches The Professor and nobody should ever crack packs and everyone should buy singles, there is a whole subset of Magic fans that really just like cracking packs. They like having fun that way, and the play booster box has to fill both of those lanes. Because of this, the cost of the play booster box, and the play booster box specifically, and I guess when you talk about it, you know, pre-release and preview events, even though stores around me are actually pretty good. MinMax Games has a preview event as WPN Premium and a pre-release event or a release event. I guess, with the remastered sets, and they're fairly well priced. I would just like to see all of that come back down a little bit and peel back, and Wizards of the Coast say, hey, the product that's for play should be a little bit cheaper, or just for pack cracking for fun. And that kind of couples with the idea that this set becomes a letdown that it's not more hyped because of how we perceive the current Magic the Gathering ecosystem. Fans like you and I mean, heck, look on any YouTube channel, look in the comment section down below here, because if you haven't said it yet, it's weird because someone says it almost every single video, but everyone hates Universes Beyond. I know that's not true. Everyone actually loves Universes Beyond. It's a massive success, but Magic fans and hardcore grinders and old school and vintage and all this, they're not fans of Universes Beyond. And for those people out there, Innistrad Remastered should feel like a breath of fresh air. This is Magic at its most magical. Magic as Richard Garfield intended, as they always say. This is the most Magic is going to get in 2025. The next closest you're going to get is going to be Aether Drift, where, yeah, we're going to be in Magic Universe and with Magic characters, but we're going to be all about family and Tokyo drifting and street racing, and I mix up that and the Fast and the Furious, but I digress. It's going to be Magic, but Magic adjacent. Innistrad Remastered is truly, in my opinion, fan service. This is just a Magic set for Magic fans. If you're a Doctor Who fan, if you're a Fallout fan, if you're a Warhammer fan, if anyone who's come in the last, 2-3 years, you're going to look at this and be like, oh, this is what life was like before we got here. This is what life was like before the Lord of the Rings and Frodo was carrying the One Ring to Mount Doom in a Magic the Gathering card. And that is kind of a beautiful thing, to see these sets fall a bit flat and not be more exciting, more hyped, more pushed, lends me to believe that that facet of our community, that era of Magic the Gathering, that subset of people that like Magic at its absolute most magical, is a dying and dwindling breed. It should be more popular. This should be the thing that is the peak of Magic for people who don't like the new direction of Magic throughout 2025, and I just get the sense that it's not. I think it's going to be a wonderful experience. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm going to enjoy playing these. I always enjoy playing remastered sets because, I get a little bit nostalgic. It takes me back, and it does feel like more back and forth Magic, but it's just not going to hit in the same way. Now, that being said, they have done a great job at adding a little bit of value to the collector booster box. My problem with the collector booster box and the chase is like, hey, if you buy this thing and you don't hit the V card, I think you're going to be disappointed. But looking at some of the full previews, the full spoilers, and while there's not a ton of value packed in cards, there's not going to be a ton more expensive than, your Edgar Markovs and the one-off serialized card, the one-off, or the of 500, the 1 of 500 Edgar Markov. It's the only serialized card, is what I'm trying to say. This is going to be a little bit better than it was, but my final point is I still think the pulls are going to be well under rate for what you're spending for the product. I've been a fan of pulling back collector booster box numbers, making these things harder to get, but you still do have to put some good cards in the set. There's some good cards in Innistrad Remastered, but I don't know if it's going to go as far. And the chase isn't nearly what it used to be with the single draft box and trying to find a single foil, one foil out of the entire box in the retro frame. It's all very different. But these are kind of my biggest problems with the set. Without these things going wrong, I think Innistrad Remastered could have been better. And in fact, if we continue to do remastered set, I'd like to see them celebrated more. I'd like to see Wizards of the Coast make a bigger deal out of these things, more fanfare, more triumph, because this is Magic at its most magical, and whether we like it or not, this is what the game was before the introduction of short storylines and Magic characters with detective hats and Frodo and Sam and Harry Potter and SpongeBob in my Magic the Gathering. And that's a beautiful thing to still have an avenue to explore, and I wish it was more exciting than it currently is. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section below. These are just some of my concerns with the set. The preview event for WPN Premium is this Friday as of the recording of this video. If you have something like a WPN Premium store around you, like I said, I always talk about them. The store I go to, I have min-maxed their WPN Premium. They'll have an early event. I encourage you to get out there and at least get to a release event, because remastered set release events are the most fun. They're so much fun. You absolutely have to check them out. They are just it just feels like such a fun experience. I will put a video down over here. Let's see if I get it right this time. It's going to be over here, and I am going to suggest you watch this one. That's right. I don't let YouTube do it. I'm going to say, I think you'll like this. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. And until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and we'll see you around. Okay, bye.